What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums, and in tonight's video I wanted to give you sort of a tale of two reef tanks and what with patience comes reward, and to basically not panic when you're in the first stages of starting your coral reef tank. Now, this tank is, right around 3 years old, and it's very mature. Corals are great. I've gone through lots and lots of struggles with this tank, and, even to the day, I continue to fight little tiny problems such as cyano, when I'm overfeeding, or my nutrient import is greater than my export. But if you look at this tank from all sorts of angles, the light's super bright. Sorry about that on that hammer right there. But the tank looks really colorful, really settled in. All the corals and fish are looking great. Water is absolutely crystal clear. And then you're going to go to a tank like this, where you're like, oh my god, the water is not crystal clear. The tank has brown algae all over it. What's going on? This is called new tank syndrome. And anybody who has had tanks before will go through this. And it's nothing to be worried about. It just happens with new tanks. And it's something that you need to prepare yourself for, to not panic, and you got to go through the motions with new tanks. Now, I showed you the other night, we got this skimmer trying to get this dialed in, so that's fun. It's doing pretty good. We got the DIY top, preventing the evaporation of all my salt water. Got the clown pair swimming throughout the tank, but you have all this brown algae all over everything, just covered, and that's a diatom bloom. And that is completely normal. But you go and you start with something like this, and in a few years or less, sorry about the boiler, folks, can look something like this, with all these beautiful corals. And I'm going to give you a few keys to keeping a beautiful coral reef tank. And first of all, you have to decide, how are you going to keep the tank? Are you going to go low tech with, fairly inexpensive lights, no sump, no skimmer, keep a low fish load, low nutrient import, and hopefully your export is much greater? But with that comes, what kind of corals can you keep without dosing and having all the expensive equipment? So in order to have a successful reef tank, you need to stock what you can keep alive and what you can keep without having to monitor your calcium and your mag and all that stuff left and right, week after week, day after day. What are you dosing? What are you not dosing? And that comes with trial and error, folks. That comes with trying corals out, deciding whether or not they're going to work and how much you have to take care of that coral. Or once you get some experience, you can just order and buy whatever corals you know are going to thrive in your aquarium. Now, I'm under the opinion that really anybody can keep a saltwater reef tank as long as they know what their what they're capable of taking care of. You need to go into it knowing what kind of energy and effort you want to put into a reef tank. Sorry, I love this puppy dog. This little hawkfish. What's going on? He wants to know what is going on. And I love this acan garden. I'm going to put my aqua clip on real quick here and give you a completely different view, which I love giving, because this aqua clip is just really, really cool. Put this right here. And now you get this view. Now this aqua clip here, Aquarium clip, takes out the blues. So you got blue lights, take out the blues, and these are what your corals and everything actually look like without those blues. See, right now I am dealing with a minor bit of cyano, and that's where it always shows up. But what are you guys willing to do to keep a gorgeous reef tank? Do you want to spend all that money? That's a good way to go. As long as you want to keep expensive corals that are high demanding, you can definitely do that, and that's an awesome way to go. Rico's Reef Tank, Michael Aaron's, Reef Dudes, Inappropriate Reefer. I mean, CJ, my boy, one of my favorite channels, they all have beautiful reef tanks, and there's plenty of ways to go at it. What I'm telling you is the way that I go at it is I try to keep corals that I do not have to take super care of. I don't have to watch my parameters constantly. I don't have to have a skimmer. I don't have to have a sump. I don't have to dose. I don't have to feed reefroids or, plow my cans with any type of food. These corals have adapted to this tank, and they're very easy to grow, and all I need to do is a water change to replace the minerals and elements. Now, that type of tank is not for everybody, and it takes a long time to get to that point. Once again, sometimes I still struggle with certain things, and I'm still learning, but you can have a gorgeous reef tank. You just need to know what to put in it and how to take care of it, what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, and then you need to figure that out before you start. Do your research before you start your reef tank. Watch videos, go on reef builders and all these forums, and you can do it, folks. Totally do it. Now, let's take a look at the fluval with the, oh, doesn't that, well, that looks absolutely disgusting. Boom. Look at all this brown algae. And it'll all go away, and the water will be crystal clear, be covered in corals, and it'll be gorgeous. So, this is a tale of two reef tanks. One being a brand new setup that you need to have time and patience and know exactly what you're going to do with it. Hashtag Rico's Nano Challenge 2018. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And one that Aquarium clip. There we go. That's 3 years old and looks like this. Can't believe all three of these guys are getting along. Never would have thought it would have happened. Ever. Crazy. Alright, folks. This is Mike from Mass. Wednesday, reef tank updates. I'm out.